All right, man, you never know who stops by Leon's locker room, man. Some everybody rolls through. Today we got my man Thatcher Kamen in the building, and also basketball great Ronnie Fields. Gentlemen, how you doing today?
We're doing great, you know. How you doing?
Man, I'm fair for a square, you know. I'm happy. I got a job. I'm working. Thatcher, let's get right into it, man. Let's talk about the whole Kickstarter movement and what you got going on with my man, Mr. Ronnie Fields.
For sure, Leon. Thanks again for having us on this morning. So basically, for the last over 2 years, we've been working on a documentary on Ronnie's story. And everyone here in Chicago knows that Ronnie was obviously probably one of the best high school basketball players to ever play. And beyond that, though, a lot of people want to know what happened to Ronnie Fields. And so we've really kind of examined that subject over the last 2.5 years. Now, Ronnie's still been playing professionally for over 15 years. So he's kind of been here and there in the city. But right now, he's really good, focused on staying in the city, you know, maybe playing one more season. But this summer, we've really worked on getting the word out there on this documentary. So we put together a trailer. And in this documentary, over the last 2 years, we've interviewed Kevin Garnett, Vince Carter, Mike Bibby, Joey Meyer from DePaul, Ronnie's family,
Scoop Jackson,
Ronnie's old coaches, Clyde Travis, really, you know, people that were there during this time and involved in Ronnie's story. So in doing that, we've put the trailer on a website called Kickstarter.com. And Kickstarter.com is kind of a new way of getting creative projects out there.
Okay. And
so we've put it on there. If you go to Kickstarter.com and you search Ronnie Fields, people can contribute as little as $1 and all the way up to larger amounts, and you receive rewards for contributing. And so by doing that, we're able to put together and finish off the trailer, because in doing a trailer, a documentary of this nature, there's a lot of T's that have to be crossed and I's that have to be dotted.
No doubt.
And so in putting it on there, we are able to tell the story we want to tell and then be able to go and distribute via, you know, however those channels might play out. But really, we want to be able to finish it off and get it done and get a good finished product out there and do it in a different way. You know, it's really, you know, involving and engaging the online community and basketball fans, Chicago fans, anyone who might be listening, who might be able to go there, watch the trailer, and say, I would like to contribute.
Now, Ronnie, let me talk to you for a minute, man. Hey, no, the pedigree is there. Chi-Town, everywhere we go, I always argue and say Chicago has had some of the greatest ball players ever to come out the city, compete with New York or anything. How does it make you feel when guys like Thatcher, myself, and other media people want to see more and hear about your story, man, that has never really been told till this point? How does that make you feel?
Well, you know, like once all this, you know, took place, you know, I always had it in mind, you know, doing all the traveling, you know, playing the CBA, playing overseas, just thinking about, you know, the path in terms of the Lord have chose for me, and making the best out of it, and looking at so many things that transpire here in this city with a lot of our young youth, and try to, you know, get them guidance and show them that, you know, regardless of what goes on in life, you're going to have bumps in the road, you're going to make mistakes, that if you just continue to focus on whatever your goal is and work hard at that goal and put all the other things that happen, you know, in the past behind you, you can pretty much achieve wherever you want to go in life. So with this message and doing this documentary, it's important to me on a lot of levels, because as I get a chance to come back and forth, and then I see a lot of our youth, and that the basketball is growing here in this city
Very
alone.
much so.
I mean, when you look at the great players from the Derrick Rose, the Wayne Wade, the Jabari Parker.
Some of the top 6th graders are right here in the city too, like all the way down to the youngins. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, like at first, you know, it used to be New York, you know, a little bit of California here and there, but, you know, as you look over the past, like 5-6 years, it's basically been Chicago and
2 number ones in the past 4 years.
I mean, you know, not too many people can pretty much say that. So to pretty much like touch base with a lot of these young guys that figure they don't have opportunity in life, regardless of playing in the NBA or whatever it is, that it's opportunity always in life, especially if you love to play this game. So, you know, my message and my story, you know, a lot of people get a chance to see. You know, it's not easy, you know, reliving a lot of things that have happened.
Exactly.
You know, but to be able to share it and come out with it, so everybody can get a chance to pretty much see the road that I took and how I was able to focus and bounce back, which is, you know, part of the title of the story, and just life, not just basketball, but just life in general.
Real quick before we get out of here, because I want you to hang out with us and join us on the Ustream show that we do after the show, and let people get a chance to interact with you and Thatcher also. One thing, if you had to take away from your experience, what would be the one thing that you would take and that you would turn and tell the young men out there, whether it be negative or positive? What's the one thing you want to take from your whole experience?
Well, from my whole experience is that, you know, just being in the, you know, in a city growing up, it's so many different challenges and obstacles that, you know, you look at the time and you wonder, like, because you're a kid, you don't pretty much know in terms of like some of the decisions you may make that can, you know, can harm you, you
Right.
know, but to, you know, start focusing early on, you know, whatever their task is, and like what I take from that is the things that I learned is just the focus, which is it's tough to do once you're that young and in the city, but like I said, that's the message, this story, that, you know, start younger, you know, parents, start, you know, trying to get your kids focused a lot younger, a lot earlier.
Okay. We got Ronnie Fields in the building. Thatcher Kamen, where can we find the Kickstarter again?
Kickstarter.com, if you just go on there and search Ronnie Fields. Also on YouTube, if you search Ronnie Fields, it's the third or fourth that will pop up. You can see the trailer there, and there's a link to Kickstarter there as well. And we appreciate everyone's support in the city. We really do.
Make sure you guys join us on the Morning Ride After Party show on Ustream, man. We're going to get a little bit more in detail about Kickstarter, and we're going to talk to Ronnie Fields, because there's some stories, man. I know you got some stories, and Cats, I got one of my own, the favorite Jordan Dunk Challenge. You know, a lot of cats don't believe me about that, but I was there. I seen it, and I seen it didn't go down because somebody was scared. I ain't gonna say no names. Hey man, thank you for stopping by Leon's Locker Room.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Leon.